Hello beautiful people. I'm a little bit late, but it's once again time for the State of the Channel address. This is where I talk about what happened last year with my channel, my plans for the future, and where I explain some of the decisions made behind the screen. For those people who don't want to listen to the whole video, I will give a quick 30-second summary covering all the major points of this video, so let's get straight to business. I made a survey for all my fans out there, please fill it in. Life got a lot better for me in 2020, with all major anxieties taken away from me thanks to no longer being poor. I achieved almost all my goals from last year with making more money, getting more views, over 200,000 subscribers, nearly doubling the amount of content I make, and better sound editing. For next year I want to get to 350,000 subscribers, I want to make more videos, and hire people to work on HistoryScope, as well as paying the people currently working for HistoryScope. I will pay for it using Patreon. And the last goal of the year is to make my videos available in audio format. Alright, now the long version. Before I start, I made a survey for you guys. Please fill it in. Unlike last year, I will go over all the questions in the survey in an unscripted video. I don't know if I will make a second channel or if I will put it on this channel, but please fill in the survey, it will help me a lot to understand my audience better. Particularly the part of my audience which is a fan of my work rather than just a casual subscriber. So let's talk about last year's goals and how well it went. First of all, I wanted to earn more money with my videos so I could become a full-time YouTuber. And I reached that goal almost immediately after uploading the last State of the Channel address. 2020 has thus far been the best year of my life. And it's because of all you fine subs out there. At the beginning of 2020 I was poor. I lived in a shitty room and I constantly worried about whether I would be able to pay the rent, food and medicinal herbs. And let me tell you, applying for jobs is horrible and I wouldn't wish that upon anyone else. But then the coronavirus happened and it changed everything. While everybody else was losing their job, I instead got more views, more subscribers, and more wealth, and became a full-time YouTuber. It was quite an experience to watch everybody around me worrying about money, while I stopped worrying about money. So I want to thank the coronavirus for all the new views I've been getting. But most importantly, I want to thank each and every one of you lovely sausages from the bottom of my limbic system. Seriously, have you ever wondered if you'll get kicked out of your house because you can't pay rent? Or have you ever had to work with someone who bullies you and your colleagues, but couldn't say anything because that person decides whether you will starve or not? Or have you ever been shopping but were unable to buy for the food you needed, so you just ate rice for a whole day? If you answered no to all of them, well, this is one of the worst feelings in the world because you're basically being abused but have no way to stop that abuse. And it's just awful. And I never realized quite how awful that was until I became a financially self-sufficient YouTuber. I don't get stressed anymore that I didn't write an application letter. I don't have to spend money to go to a job interview for a job I won't get anyway. And I can go to the shop and buy that expensive block of cheese with some melon and a glass of orange juice without worrying that I needed this money to keep a roof over my head. This change happened in March 2020, and as you may have noticed, my videos became a lot better afterwards. Simply because all the time and energy worrying about staying alive could now be spent on making better videos. So yeah, if anyone ever tells you UBI doesn't make people more productive, just remind them of all the time and energy spent worrying about basic needs that could be used productively. And the second best part is that I don't have to be around mean bosses anymore. To give you an example, I used to work in a supermarket with a boss who loved bullying an autistic colleague because he was an easy target. Things like purposefully mispronouncing his name, making fun of him for getting a girlfriend, telling everybody about all the things he did differently than neurotypicals. She would also make all sorts of racist, transphobic and ableist remarks, such as that Africans are all corrupt and lazy and that's why they are poor. That trans people shouldn't be allowed to participate in things like, for example, Eurovision Song Festival because that is not the place for that type of thing. And spreading all sorts of weird stereotypes about people with disabilities. For anyone watching who has to deal with moronic and hateful bosses, I feel you. And this is why I'm ecstatic about the fact that I don't have to deal with people like that anymore. Generally, people on YouTube are much nicer. Reading your comments, discussing the topics further, or just people who like my video are a huge help to me. Basically, all my anxieties about the future and any worries about being abused by people who hold power over me are now all gone and replaced with thousands of kind strangers on the internet. You people are absolutely amazing, and I platonically love each and every one of you. Sometimes it feels very crazy because there are days when I earn more money getting high all day playing video games than my parents do busting their asses off, already having lost a finger in the process and losing years off of their lives with every additional day they go to work. But my biggest concern in life right now is not getting bored because things are going so well, and earning enough money to support my girlfriend so she can live a happy, fulfilling life as well. Basically, my goal at the moment is for my girlfriend to become a gold digger. The second goal is that I wanted to get 100,000 views per video in 2020. And that went really well. All my history videos from 2020 received over 100,000 views within a month. That is fantastic news compared to 2019. This did of course tie back in with earning more money, as more views tend to result in more money. So this helped a lot with my first goal as well. And because I got so many views, I also got more subscribers. And this ties in with the third goal, getting 150,000 subscribers. This went really well, because I am at 200,000 subscribers at the time of writing this video. So I went from 60,000 to 200,000. I didn't think I would even reach 150 when I set the goal for myself, but instead of getting 150,000 subscribers, I gained 150,000 subscribers on top of what I already had. So this is absolutely fantastic. The fourth goal was to make one video every 3 weeks. Well, I abandoned this idea pretty early on because I can create more content by making longer, in-depth videos than by making shorter videos. But in total, I did make a lot more content. In fact, I nearly doubled the amount of content I made, going from about 150 minutes in 2019 to 283 in 2020. So again, this is fantastic. And the last goal was to improve the sound quality. Well, this went pretty okay, but we're not there yet. I got a better microphone since the alcohol video, and I have been receiving a lot fewer complaints about the audio while my viewership went up. So that's a good sign. I also incorporated more music in my videos and started using music to enhance the experience. For example, in the South Korea video where I played a Japanese war song before introducing the Japanese. Or switching to that one song everyone always uses talking about the Soviet Union. It's called From Russia with Love, by the way. Or in the video on Why Africa's Poor, I played happy British and French music while talking about how they used their status as former colonizers to gain more influence in Africa. And I think using music to show the irony of the situation is a good method. What I did not yet do is using more sound effects in the background, like using a quick sliding sound when I go to a new frame. This, however, will cost me a lot of time to do because I am not good at audio editing at all. I will probably have to hire someone for that. More on this later. But beside from the official goals, there were also other improvements to History Scope. We have an open Minecraft server now. We have a more exclusive Space Engineers server, and we got over 1,000 members on the Discord server. So out of the 5 goals I set for myself, I succeeded at becoming financially independent. I succeeded at gaining more than 100,000 views per video. I reached way more subscribers than intended, made almost twice the amount of content, and mostly succeeded at using better sound and music. So I achieved about 105% of my goals. Hell yeah! Now on to next year's goals. First of all, how many subscribers should I aim for this year? Well, this time it's not really a specific goal, because this year I want to get more subscribers than the channel which got me to become a YouTuber in the first place. Accursed Farms. Many of you might not know that channel, but it's the channel which inspired me to become a YouTuber myself. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend a series called Freeman's Mind, where he plays through the Half-Life franchise as Gordon Freeman, but rather than actually playing the game it was intended, he plays through it as though Gordon is a real person who is just trying to survive.
I don't...
I killed 12 dumbass scientists and not one of them fought back. This sucks.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you shoot everyone on a rescue operation. But not to worry, I'm a scientist and I'm armed like a secessionist. Hey, that rhymes! Ah!
This Gordon Freeman is an extremely neurotic, selfish, egocentric individual with a history of drug abuse and racketeering. Imagine a complete psychopath going through a video game scenario in real life and just how crazy things can get.
Well, all in all, it's not such a bad way to go. Confusion for half a second, and death. I would feel bad about this, but morality is for people who don't have other people trying to kill them every 5 minutes. I mean, this isn't like a basketball game where I'm winning over and over. Come on, let us win just once. Come on, Gordon, let us kill you just once.
I watch it often using medicinal herbs, and its style and humor resonates with me in a way almost nothing else does. So at the moment of writing this video, he has about 280,000 subscribers, but this channel is growing slowly. So I am guessing Ross, the creator of Accursed Farms, will get about 300 to 350,000 subscribers by this time next year, barring any major events. So therefore, that's my goal. For the student to surpass the master with around 350,000 subscribers. My second goal of the year is to make more videos. I won't make the videos any shorter, however, I want to make more of them. By this time next year, I want to make at least one video every month, hopefully more. But you might be wondering, how are you going to make more videos when you're already working full-time as a YouTuber? Well, this leads into my third goal, hiring people to make more videos. I still want to write the videos myself because I think most history videos on YouTube are far too limited in their scope. Because a lot of them will talk about what happened, but not why things happened that way. For example, when asking someone why Africa is generally poorer than their counterparts in the rest of the world, people will give all sorts of explanations which are usually correct. They might point towards corruption or dictatorship or colonialism, but all of this ignores much more important questions. Why is there so much corruption in Africa in the first place? Why did they become dictatorships? Why could Africa be colonized in the first place? And even then, one needs to ask what options were available to the leaders at that time and why they chose to go into a certain direction while not going into another direction. Here at HistoryScope, we take a larger scope of historical topics we cover. This is why I still want to be the one writing the scripts. But the animations are relatively easy to make, so hiring an animator to do them would save a lot of time, and they could probably animate more than an amateur like me could. So one animator would probably decrease the production time a lot. The same goes for a sound editor, who would be able to add music, edit the audio, and put in sound effects a lot faster and better than I could. And I am already getting help from a research assistant, but I'm not paying her, except for sushi and an armchair. I'd rather pay her an actual salary though. And this brings up my fourth goal, paying the people currently working for me. As I'm writing this script, I have already started looking into this a bit. You see, when you work with people from all over the world, with some of them being underage, I don't want to jump right into paying the Discord moderators, Minecraft moderators, or scriptwriters a salary, because this can cause some legal issues. So right now I am seeking advice from a lawyer who is specialized in employment to see how I can do all this stuff. I know a lot of people don't expect any money in return for moderating comments or moderating games, but HistoryScope isn't a charity organization. Money is being made, so asking other people to work for free while I earn money is hypocritical. But how am I going to pay for all of this? Well, I am going to turn my Patreon back on again, with 100% of the Patreon money going towards paying other people to work on HistoryScope, because I already earn enough money myself. And I will also use some of the extra money I earn from ads to pay those people. Especially if I make more videos and earn more money, it only makes sense to reinvest back into HistoryScope to make it even better. Who knows, perhaps one day it will be on par with Kurzgesagt. And the last goal of this year is to bring HistoryScope videos into audio format. I am not sure on the details yet, but I want people to be able to get it either as an audiobook or a podcast, or maybe both. And so we come to the end of this State of the Channel address. Again, I want to thank all my viewers for liking, subscribing and commenting. It really helps with the algorithm. This was Avery from HistoryScope. Thank you for watching.